This is the YaFiti bar stool set of 3, the black PU leather and walnut Bentwood version with a chrome pedestal base. I've been living with this trio around my kitchen island for months, and I've formed some clear opinions from daily use, both the good and the annoying. If you're eyeing these for a modern kitchen or small dining nook, here's how they actually feel and hold up when you sit, swivel, spill, and clean. Right out of the box. The first thing that hit me was the new material smell. Adhesive from the Bentwood shell and that car seat scent from PU leather. It aired out overnight. Assembly looked straightforward, but there are a couple of details that matter. There's a little plastic cap on the top of the gas lift cylinder that must come off. If you miss that, the height lever won't work. The seat plate and the wood shell need a bit of patience to align. I kept the bolts loose and tightened them in a crisscross pattern so the holes wouldn't fight me. I also learned, the hard way, not to crank the bolts too hard into the wood. Light hand, slow turns. From my experience, a dab of blue thread locker on the main bolts during assembly helps keep the swivel wobble away over time. Once built, the look is what got me. The walnut Bentwood reads rich and slightly satin, and the black seat blends in cleanly without screaming for attention. Under good light, I can see the wood grain, which warms up the space. Under softer light, the set leans toward a sleek, almost all-black profile. The chrome base is glossy and feels cool to the touch. It shows smudges and dust faster than the wood, but a quick wipe brings back the shine. Key features that matter in daily life. The seats swivel 360 degrees, so I don't have to pull the stools back to sit down. I just pivot, sit, and turn to face the counter. The height range is wide, about 24.04 to 33.04 inches, so I can match a standard counter, around 36 inches, or a taller bar top, up to about 45 inches. The footrest moves with the seat because it's on the same column, which keeps the knee angle right at any height. The seat is about 20 inches wide, and the weight limit is listed at 330 pounds, so the frame feels substantial. The seat itself is the reason I kept these instead of returning them. Bentwood is shaped plywood, and this shell curves around my lower back and hips in a way that feels supportive even when I'm perched on the edge. PU leather is synthetic. It's smooth, a little grippy, and it doesn't soak up spills. The foam is medium firm. No sinking marshmallow feeling, but it stops pressure points from building up. In my opinion, that curved shell is what separates these from flat metal stools or backless seats. I can sit through a long breakfast or a laptop session without fidgeting every 5 minutes. There are fit notes. I'm about average build, and the contour gives me a snug, hugged-in feel. The arms are more like low side rails. They keep me centered, but they're not high enough to rest my elbows. If your hips are broad or you like a lot of wiggle room, the rigid wood may feel tight because it won't flex. I'd call the comfort excellent for medium frames and quick to moderate length sits. If you want hours-long lounging, a thicker cushion or a wider shell would be better. On stability, the pedestal base is stable on my tile floor, but I had to adjust the floor ring once to get rid of a tiny wobble. On a rug or carpet, the round base felt a bit tippy if I leaned way off center, which is just the nature of a single-post design. The base has a rubber ring to protect the floor. It works, though I still added felt pads where the ring meets the surface because I'm cautious with hardwood. The swivel started perfectly silent. After a few months, one stool developed a faint squeak. A tiny bit of silicone lubricant at the swivel plate solved it. The footrest is a chrome bar, and I really notice it when I'm barefoot. It can feel narrow across the arch of my foot after 20 minutes. With socks or slippers, it's fine. Height adjustability is smooth, but one of the 3 stools began slow sinking after about 8 months, maybe an inch or two over an hour. That's a gas lift issue. It's not dramatic, but it's there. Replacing a gas cylinder is simple and affordable if it ever bothers you, though I'd still reach out to support if it happens within the warranty window. Cleaning is easy. Spills beat up on the PU leather and wipe off with a damp cloth. Greasy fingerprints show on the black seat if someone grabs it with food on their hands, but they come off quickly. The walnut shell hides minor dust better than painted black wood, but the satin finish will still show smudges where fingers land. I keep a microfiber cloth nearby and it takes seconds. The chrome base loves fingerprints. I accept that and wipe it every couple of days. Durability so far is solid with minor quirks. The foam has a very slight seat puddle where I sit most, but it's not visible unless I go looking. The PU leather hasn't peeled, and I keep it out of direct sun to avoid early breakdown. I tighten the main bolts every few months because swivel motion loosens hardware over time. Thread locker reduces that. If you're new to this kind of stool, Bentwood is layered wood that's pressed into shape, and PU leather is a coated fabric that looks like leather but resists spills better. Gas lift just means an internal cylinder raises and lowers the seat with compressed gas. It's perfect for a clean, modern kitchen with a 6 to 9 foot island, where 3 seats line up without crowding. The 20-inch seat width feels generous visually, and the curve makes each stool read like a piece of furniture rather than a basic perch. I like how the walnut and black combo adds warmth and contrast without clashing with stainless appliances or white counters. From my experience, the biggest trade-offs are care and fit. Black and chrome show mess faster than fabric and matte finishes, so light upkeep is part of the deal. The pedestal base is more flexible with height and placement, but won't feel as planted as 4 wooden legs if you're on a plush rug. The curved shell feels amazing if you fit the shape. If you prefer a wider, flatter seat, you might want a different style. I'd recommend this for anyone who wants the mid-century vibe without paying designer prices, needs adjustable height for mixed counter and bar setups, and appreciates a supportive back when eating or working at the island. If you're an average build and you like a seat that guides your posture, you'll probably love the feel. If you're larger or want lounging comfort for hours, I'd test 1 shell-style stool before committing to 3. If you're picky about smudges on chrome, keep a cloth handy and you'll be fine. In my opinion, these hit the sweet spot between style, comfort, and practicality. They look expensive, they feel supportive, and they're friendly to everyday spills. They're not forever heirlooms, but with basic upkeep and an occasional bolt check, they've held up well for me. In conclusion, the YaFiti Barstool set of 3 delivers the look and function I wanted. A smooth swivel, real lumbar support from the Bentwood shell, an easy-to-clean seat, and height range that covers both counter and bar. I've had a couple of small maintenance moments, a squeak here, a loose bolt there, a slow gas lift on one stool, but nothing that overshadowed the daily comfort and the way they pull the kitchen together. If the style speaks to you and you're okay with a little routine care, you'll get a lot of mileage out of these. I will leave detailed information about the YaFiti Barstool set of 3 in the comments for your reference. Thank you for watching.